Hello, America. What's up? This is one of my favorite stories, one of my favorite thoughts, and I just have it for you. It's so relevant because we're talking about human interaction, we're talking about relationships, and we're talking about men and women. There's a lot of talk about it, and I love it. So, the part that I love to talk about the most is our behavior and why we are the way we are. And I watched this program a year or two ago, and it changed my thinking entirely about why men are the way they are and why women are the way they are. So I want to share. So basically, I watched, I was going to study in anthropology. I was going to major in anthropology, but I decided to just not go through the college system, obviously, because it's just a financial trap. But it's always been a personal interest in me, and I also minored in psychology, so I have a lot of personal information. After 20 years of studying yoga, all of the good stuff, I'm interested in life. I like people, and I love life. So what this particular program talked about was the chemistry and the evolution of men and women. And it talked about the story of evolution and how way back in Cro-Magnon days, you had Cro-Magnon man, you had caveman, cave woman, cave baby. And they're walking around in nature. And all of a sudden, a saber-toothed tiger, comes up and out of nowhere, and there they are. And the man's body and the woman's body is flushed with emotion. See, emotion is our reality. This is a feeling plane of existence that we're in. The earth experience is a feeling experience. So that's how it functions. So through our bodies, we have, our sight. Our nervous system is actually our eyes, our brain, and then it goes down the center of the spinal column, and then the smaller nerves go out. But it's a sensory system to tell us what's going on and to get us to respond. And so the man works completely differently. His body is filled with emotion, and he gets adrenaline and testosterone, and his mind goes off because he can't rationally be like, oh, I think I should throw my body at the saber-toothed tiger because that's the only way my child is going to survive. But that's what in nature has created within him without the thought process. Oh God, this fucking dog is coming at me. What an interesting moment. What the fuck? Oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God, how weird. I'm shaking. Wow, what a moment. What a weird moment. Yeah, that pit bull was just running straight at me. Oh my God. I'm glad I can run. That's like the first time I've ran in 20 years. That's awesome. Okay. Wow, that was so scary. I mean, I'm sure a man or a woman would run, right? From a dog. That was such a weird experience, very timing. I don't know if the dog could jump over. That is so weird. That dog came running after me. I see the lady walking back. Thanks for going after your dog. That was fucking scary. Wow. So, see, that was so weird. Because what I was just about to tell you was that when a woman is under pressure, her mind goes on. That is so weird that this just happened right now, actually, because the story goes that when a woman is under pressure, You know, she doesn't think about attacking the saber-toothed tiger because she physically knows she can't. But none of it is obviously like a process that can be happening in that moment. It's an instant, innate thing. So innately, a woman's mind turns on and a man's mind turns off. So a man can become physical, and that's why men tend to act irrationally, because they're born that way. They're made that way. We're evolving out of it. Obviously, we're not cruising around in caveman world anymore, but it takes time. And so our natural evolution is that we are all evolving to be the spiritual beings that we truly are, having a human experience, which is learning how to work with our senses and control them, and then just make the environment habitable on Earth. And that's what we're doing, whether we know it or not. And so with the woman, going back to the original story, that was such a weird thing. Her mind goes on, you know, and so in that caveman moment, she grabs the child and goes and runs and hides in the cave. And she almost, even if she doesn't know where she is, she has a sixth sense that will say, go to the left, go to the right. You know, her mind, like in the back of my mind right now, I scanned the back of my mind, and I knew my closest closed cave. And I ran to it. And I ran to where I knew I was going to be safe inside of a building. Isn't that crazy? So that's how we operate. And then even more so, take it a step further, the woman, the sixth sense, I mean, she's really the leader of the group. Not because she has physical strength, but because she has the connection mentally. You know, she has the cosmic connection. She is the bringer of life. All the energy comes through the woman, so she has more information. So men know this, women know this, and historically, obviously, we know that a lot of women's ideas were stolen by men. So that's kind of where we're at. But to also remember that this is just a period of time, space and time, that we're evolving. And so we don't need to get tripped up. Oh, this is the way it is. This is the way it's always been. This is the way it ever will be. No, the only real thing in life that is constant or can be relied on is change. You know, and that's why they say that only the people that can adapt survive. And that's what nature has provided for us. So men, realize your minds actually go off when you have emotions. And those could be positive emotions. So whether you actually are in love with someone or you're angry at someone, your body still kind of does the same thing. And obviously if you're experiencing lust, you know, but that is actually more of a mental issue that's happening because it's being derived intentionally as part of our society. Because if you already don't know, somehow, there obviously is probably a couple million people on the planet that are pieces of shit, you know, and they try to destroy things, and they try to make, you know, everything a living hell, and they don't care about anything. So they're wreaking havoc on the planet, and you know, the rest of us easily can get them in control. All we have to do is just identify it. It's so easy. So with all that being said, hope you enjoyed the action-packed real life adventure tale, and just remember, we're going into the age of Aquarius. Future is bright.